That's really nice. So the historical evolution for us in the beginning was, for example, when I talk about Microsoft, I have, for instance, DOS. So I come here and write DOS. This is an operating system that I had. So I want to talk about this lull. I mean, oh, I still have to type in Google, but when I click on it, it will tell you that this is an abbreviation for disk operating, right? It runs from the disk drive, and it's something old that Microsoft produced a long time ago. So this is an old operating system, and I even brought you the year, which is 1981, and this is part of my curriculum. So I go here and copy the scientific content that I want to share with my students in this outline, and I keep it on the left like this so that it looks nice, right? There you go. So here we have some information about DOS, but the year isn't written. So I say 1900. And I keep it on the left like this so that it looks nice, right? There you go. So here we have, this is information about DOS, but the year isn't written. So I say 1900. As we agreed, this was introduced to people in 1981, and people started working on the operating system. Things were moving along, you know. As we agreed with us, this was introduced to people in 1981, and people started working on the operating system. So things are going well. So what? So here we can put a few more details directly related to the year, and I place it next to one here with a bit of enlargement so that we provide the student with complete information, because I might ask them in the exam, like almost asking them about the historical evolution. So you want to see the time period that they might understand or not. So I'm giving them information related to DOS after that. There was, for example, And another Windows version could be Windows 95. So even if I look at the historical evolution of operating systems, this is me, BB. After something educational for me, I walk comfortably. So A. He is talking about its development is FBB. The talk is not necessary for the student now. So I'm looking at what I need and what I don't need. He's talking here about types of operating systems, and I'm, for example, a professor in this field, so I take the information that I need. He's talking about Microsoft. And he mentioned that after DOS, there was Windows 3.11. There was Windows 3.11, the latest version of the one that comes with DOS. He talks to me about Windows 95. After DOS, maybe Windows 11, but not first. DOS is the main OS. I'm telling him about Windows 95. I can Google it, Olexi. We used to consider DOS like that, you know, because DOS is the main operating system. So I'm telling him about Windows 95, and I have a minute or so to talk about it here. And I can search on Google to get some information. So you can also place Windows 95 in the historical evolution here, and I can write to him Windows 95. And then I remove if there is any, and this line, for example, should be 30. For example, here is Windows 95. The writing about Windows 95 is right here, and it tells you that this is considered, it's complete or just dead talk, available in 95. I put my writing for the student, copy this year, take the new year. I tell him it's 95. I'm creating a case in front of you. They read. You write in Arabic, English, or both, depending on the course. Some courses are in Arabic, some in English. After that, there should be Windows 98, so we don't care about the written stuff here. I tell him it's 95. I'm creating a case in front of you, something in my syllabus where the student enters. They read, you write in Arabic, you write in English, you write a mix of both based on the course. Some courses are in Arabic, some are in English. I'll stick to Arabic, then there should be Windows 98. So let's focus on what I want to tell the student. E.g., I have Windows 98 and its data is considered written down for me. So I come here and put the writing that I want. It has Windows 98, so don't worry about what is written here. So let's focus on what I want to tell the student. For example, I have Windows 98 and its data is considered written down for me. So I come here and put the writing that I want. And I also take it from the left side, which is through the online section above, and I make it come to the left. Then I take the same line for Windows 95 or place it here, and they mentioned Windows 98. Here I am, I'm reporting. Be careful that there's a link here. And if this PDF comes out, it will be linked to Wikipedia, and that's not desirable. I mean, so I should be able to manage the link like this. No problem. I have no issue. So by clicking here, I completely remove the link. So there's no link. This is a link that exists on Wikipedia, and I don't want the student to go to that link. So I have here information about Windows 95, Windows 98, and DOS. I'm approaching it from the perspective of creating a timeline for the historical development of computer operating systems. So what's here after the... So by clicking here, I will completely remove the link. So there is no link. So this is a link that exists on Wikipedia, and I don't want the student to go to that link. So I have here information about Windows 95, Windows 98, and DOS. I'm approaching it from the perspective of creating a timeline for the historical development of computer operating systems. So what's here after the... Now, after 98, you have XP and 2000. So I can bring up Windows XP and Windows 2000, considering that they are indeed operating systems that exist. Approximately 598 XP and 2000 left. FFFA. I can bring him Windows XP and Windows 2000, considering that they are operating systems. A, they actually exist. So I'm telling him, this is Windows, of course. It can bring you the... You already know how to remove the link, right? Okay, here there's a link. No. Here there's a link. No. Here there's a link. Okay, the DOS has no links in it. No. So what I'm going to bring up now is here. Is there a link, or is there a link I should remove? How? Do I just click on the pencil icon, edit the link, and say delete, just like that? What about Windows XP? I can get what I want about my Windows, which is when I chose Windows XP, which was available in the year. Is there a link or a link I should remove? How? Do I just click on the pencil icon, edit the link, and say delete, just like that? What about Windows XP? I can get what I want about my Windows, which is when I chose Windows XP, which was available in the year Live 2001. That's different from Windows 2000 and Windows 2000. Yeah, so I'm telling him this is the information I want the student to read about. And here's the history. Our Windows 2000, most people didn't use it for personal use because it was more utilized for networks, you know. So here we are in 2001 because people preferred to have Windows. Something for the students, it was a part of 2000 for networks, while Windows 98 was used by regular individuals until 2001, when Windows came along. All right, that's very nice. Very nice. Windows 2000 evolved from Windows NT. Underutilized, it was for individuals. Yeah, individuals didn't really use it. It evolved from Windows NT, so the work is different, you know. So, yeah. I mean, I used it too, but of course, it wasn't utilized properly. However, it was the one that was designated for individuals. So you can also work from this perspective. That's very nice. In the operating system, Windows was also released after this one. And of course, there are even more Windows versions available. You will find here the icons for Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 10, and Windows 11, which are currently available. So I have Windows 10 here, for example, and I'm giving it in my historical development. I don't remember where I stopped with Windows. Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 10, and Windows 11 are currently available, and I'm working on it. I have Windows 10 here, for example. So in my historical development, I don't remember where I stopped with Windows. So in my design, I can take the word Windows and continue in the roadmap here and remove the and to make it 7. Okay, let me check the year so I can get it right. So in 2009, I can take data related to it, considering that it exists in my design for that year. There's a lot of information. I can reduce it, of course. The girl is working. I'm here. I mean, this is a lot of text. I can make it smaller. I don't want to reduce the font or do anything like that. Can I move this Windows up? And I moved the book up a bit so that the text doesn't look bad. So I raised it a little so that the design looks good. And here, this is in 2009, as we said, and I'm working with the elements I have to create a good design. So people preferred to use XP for a while, and then they started using the other Windows here. And it's worth mentioning that there's a Windows called Windows Vista that was released during that period as well. But the original Windows is Windows 7. We don't need to talk about anything else. It's XP and then straight to 7. Here in 98, XP 7, of course, Windows 2000, I know, but it is. So I'm not right now, I'm talking about the operating systems that you can use at home, you know.